Okay, so we're going to start just by sitting.
Yes.
Nice and easy. Hands onto your knees. Okay, and as we breathe in, I want you to round the spine, drop the head, and pull back against your arms. And as you breathe out, I want you to push your chest through. So you're opening up through the lower back, pushing your chest down towards the ground. And inhale, pull back. I just want to put a time on. And go through forward. And we're going to do another 3 more. So 3, get in. And out. And 2. And 1. Okay, I want you from there to circle around. So just kind of doing 3 and using your arms to kind of pull you through the motions. Loosening up your back, loosening up your shoulders. And circle in the other direction. And 3, taking your right arm up and over, across, past the left knee, taking your left arm, circling it back, placing it onto the ground behind you, and I want you to grow out through your spine and look back into a rotation. So you're using your front arm to push against the knee and create rotation through your spine. Slowly release. Rotate through to the other side.
Take some more out for this video. Where? Yeah.
And release. Okay, slipping over and going.
I couldn't get it. What's the spider?
Okay, put it there.
Where?
Put it there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're on our knees. Okay, taking your arms up into the air for me. Just easy. I want you to take it across to one side, and you're not trying to, you're on your knees specifically so that you can limit the range, because if you go further, you're going to fall over. So you're just going easily across to one side. And inhale across to the other side. Keep your shoulder nice and open. And across to one side. And across to the other side. And inhale across to one side. And across to the other side. Release your arms, circling them backward. Taking them fingers pointing away from the body, placing them on the ground behind you. And one of two things, either you're just going to sit in this position and push your chest through and pull your shoulders back with a neutral head. If you've got a little bit more range to give, you can push through your hips. And release. Push through. Open the knees slightly and go into a prayer pose or a fetal position. Okay, just keeping it really, really easy. We're just kind of awakening the body. Okay, from there, keeping your hands down, I want you to go up into a 4-point kneeling position. Okay, a little bit of cat curls. So your knees are underneath your hips, your shoulders are underneath, your hands are under your shoulders. You're not hanging into your shoulders, so you're pushing out from the shoulder, lengthening through the back of the neck. And we go inhale, curl into a cat curl up. And exhale, release through. And inhale, cat curl up. And exhale through. When I say exhale through, you can go into extension for now. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. And extend, opening up the shoulders. Inhale. And releasing to neutral. Okay, in this position, extend through your right leg. Okay, so make sure you're keeping your hips square and you're keeping your kneecap pointed to the ground. You're going to go inhale, pull that knee up towards the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to only go to neutral spine, so no extension. And you're going to extend your leg as far as you can without rotating up the hip. And inhale up.
No.
And exhale. And inhale up. And exhale. One more, inhale up. And exhale. From there, lower your leg to neutral height. Sky, can you please come this side? I can't see what I'm doing.
Mommy?
Yes. Okay, at that side. So from there, I want you to extend your leg at neutral. So not overextending, keeping it at neutral. Keep a nice neutral spine. And I want you to take your opposite arm out. And we're basically just doing a little bit of core engagement. Five more seconds. And release down. Okay, so we're on to the opposite leg now. So what we did is extend the left leg. As we inhale, we're going to pull that knee into the nose, getting nice rounding through the spine. As we exhale, a neutral spine, but extension through the leg to your maximum without arching your back. And inhale, lift up. And exhale through for 2. And inhale, lift up. Exhale through for 3. Inhale, lift up. Your shoulders should feel a little bit warmer now. 4. Neutral, so neutral leg, neutral spine. Opposite arm, opposite leg. We lift through and we hold. Try and make sure that you've got a nice squared off body. You're not tilting or rotating. Make sure your lower back is nicely engaged and you're not extending through it. Try and grow from your fingertips to the tip of your toes. And 5 more seconds. And release down. Okay, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to dig under our toes and we're going to push ourselves up into downward dog. I just need to get rid of the 2-year-old. Come stand here for me, my angel. Okay, but Mommy just needs to carry on doing the stretches, so just going to wait for me. Okay, so toes in, legs straighten through. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. But what we're trying to get is that we're trying to get our chest through towards our thighs. If you can work towards a straight leg, great. But as long as you've got a nice straight back and you're getting your chests through, that's ultimately the point. And when we're there, I want you to walk it out. So that means bend through alternating legs and straighten through alternating legs. Just so that we kind of open up into the calves, into the sides of the hips. Really just move through it. Okay, from there, I want you to walk your hands back towards your feet. When you've got your hands back to your feet, please can you come stand this side? Hanging down, cross your arms and hold elbows, relax your head down. And you're just basically going to be in a dead forward hang and you're going to rock from side to side. Just completely relax your legs. From there, placing your hands onto your knees, you're going to go into a half lift. So that means you're going to straighten out your back, but it's supported. And slowly release back down. And walk your way up to the top. Okay, from there, standing with your feet not too wide, but wider than your hip position or your hip stance. You're going to take your arms up into the air and you're going to be working through body circles. So I want you to see the full movement here. Keeping your top shoulder open you're going to release to the side to your maximum. Take a nice breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate that top shoulder down so that you're in a nice long stretch over the right leg. From there, you're slowly going to lower to the ground. When you get there, you're going to circle across the midline to the opposite side, and you're going to circle up, opening up the shoulder as quick as possible. For 1. And 2, same side, taking it across, breathe in. As you breathe out, nice long stretch over that foot. Release down to the ground. Circling across the midline, over, and as soon as you can, opening that shoulder for 2. And keep it moving continuous. Release through, nice long stretch. Down to the ground. Around. And up. 1 more to the side, across, long stretch, down to the ground, around, and up. Deep breath in for me, and we're going to release to the other side. So now we're going to go to the side, rotate into a nice long stretch, keep going, down to the ground, across the midline, rotating up to the top for 1. And 2, across, release into a long stretch, down to the ground, through, and up. Hope everyone can still see and hear me because most of your videos have frozen. And across, into a long stretch, release down. This is number 3. And up. And number 4. Nice long stretch, release down, and across, and up. From there, taking your legs a little bit wider for me, taking your hands, placing them on the ground. And you're going to move between a squat and an extension. So we're here. You're going to squat your legs and get your bums down and get your backs up, but you're not going to lift your hands. So you're basically just working from there and then releasing through into an extension. And inhale through, chests up as far as you can. And release through. And inhale, squat, get those bums down. Try and get your chests up. And release through. And bum down, chests up. And release through. Slowly coming up for me. You would be familiar with Cossack squats. So you should have a little bit of space to move through those Cossack squats in quite a deep position. So nice wide legs. You're going to drop into the right. Without lifting your head, moving through the same horizontal plane, you're going to move through to the left. And inhale through to the right. If you can get a little bit lower and a little bit deeper, that's great. Left and right. Left. One more. Right. And left. So to stop, you're going to move across to the right, and if you can, you're going to drop down into a half squat there. So left leg straight, right leg if you can, getting your heel down into a nice half squat. If you can't, head down, lift your heel slightly and stay supported as deep as you can. If you want to, you can oscillate over the ankle in this position. And from there, you're going to turn yourself into a lunge. So the leg that was down in the Cossack squat is going to be in front in the lunge. I'm just going to turn around so that I can see you guys. Okay, everybody good? So from there, we're in a lunge position. Arms up into the air. Right, what we're going to be doing is inhale. Allow for some extension. Exhale, come back up. Digging the back toe in. We're going to lift that knee slightly, straighten into an extension. Bend that knee and drop it down. Okay. And inhale. Release back up. Lift that back knee. Extend into that back leg. Drop it down. 2 more. Inhale into extension. Lift that back knee. Extend through the back leg. Bend that back knee and drop down. Last one. Inhale into extension. Little back bend. Lift that back knee. Straighten, woo, through that back leg. If you can here, circle your arms down and place them onto the ground. Okay, working through moving back and forward the back foot. I just want you to open up that back ankle. So you're rocking yourself forward and back. Okay, placing that back knee down. If your right leg is in front, you're going to place down your left hand next to the right foot. And you're going to take your right arm and rotate it up to the ceiling. Similarly, if your left foot is in front, you are going to take your right hand, place it next to the left foot, and you're going to take your left arm and rotate it into the air. Okay, from there, I want you to release it down. If you see my front visual, you are going to take your right arm and place it on the inside of your right foot, and you're going to allow that right knee to drop open. Okay? From there, if you can and you've got the space, try and push your hips towards the ground. And if you've got even more space, place your arms on the ground. If you don't have the space, stop where you are. So basically, if you're seeing a side view, you've got that back leg, you've got that front leg rotated open, and you're trying to get your hips towards the ground. Okay, release from there. Push back over the leg. So, trying to keep your back nice and upright. You're working through a long stretch towards the ground. Okay, I can't see any of your videos. They've all frozen in the Cossack squat. So I hope you guys are following.
Oh man, we can still see you.
All good.
While you are here, you can do little circles through your front foot just to open up into the ankle. And slowly release. Right, so we're going to go on to the other side. So if you had your right leg up previously in this half squat position and then rotated through with your right leg forward, you're going to swap and you're going to have your left leg up in your half squat. Okay, placing your leg, rotating into your lunge. So your left leg is forward, arms are up in the air, and we go inhale, release back, and forward, taking that back leg, lifting the thigh slightly, straightening through, and bend that leg back down. And inhale into extension, and release. Little lift through that back leg, straighten through that knee, bend the knee, and drop down. And inhale through extension, release, lift that back knee, straighten into extension, bend and down. Last one, inhale through extension and up sky. Then lift that back knee, straighten into extension, release down to the ground. Please, can you wait? From there, circling your arms down, straightening through the back leg. So if your left leg is in front, your right hand is placed down next to it, and we're going up into rotation. Opposite is true. If your right leg is front, your left arm is down.
Stop it. Thank you, Nanny.
Release down. So we're back here. Lower your knee to the ground in a nice deep stretch. If your left leg is in front, take your left arm down, place it on the inside of the left foot. Allow that left leg to drop open. Allow those hips to drop to the ground if you've got the space. If you've got a little bit more space, get your elbows onto the ground. I don't have the space on this side. And it's also okay if one side's tighter than the other. It usually would be. So when you're here, you can just kind of move from side to side. Try and maintain a reasonably straight spine. So if we're here, rather be more upright with a straight spine, working the hips to the ground, than trying to get lower but having a rounded spine. So try and get yourselves into a nice open position. From there, push back over the legs. So once again, nice straight back. You can place your hands onto the knee or onto the ground. And release, bend your knee, coming to a seated position on your knees. While we are here, I want you to take your shoulders and just circle them backward. 2, 3, and 4, and circle them forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking your head, dropping it over to the right. Taking your right arm, circling it up and over the head, and just gently relax the arm on top of the head. Don't pull, just relax. This is supposed to be a passive stretch, just easing up and opening up our shoulders and necks. Okay, from there, rotate your nose down to the ground as if you're smelling your armpits. And it allows for a stretch of the side of the back of your neck. And release onto the other side. So taking your head across to the left. Left arm goes up and over and relaxes onto the side of your neck. Okay, rotate your nose down to the ground. And finally, dropping your chins to your chest, both hands interlinked, placing them at the base of your skull or the bottom part of your head where it touches your neck, and just releasing forward. And release. Okay, take a nice deep breath in for me. Fill your lungs and breathe out. Relax it down. And 2, deep breath in. Fill your lungs and hard exhale. Relax it down. And the last one, nice deep breath in. All the way up. And exhale. Right, guys, you can either lie on your backs, hug your knees to your chest, and just ease from side to side, or you can go into prayer pose, lengthening through your arms, and basically just take this time to take sort of like 10 breaths, take a minute or two, and just really relax into your bodies. Fill your bodies with oxygen now that you have more space to move and do so. And if you do feel any tightness or awareness of sticky or hard points in the body, just take a little time to open up into that space. But basically just become aware of how you feel in this present moment. And as you breathe, try and fill that space with oxygen. If the camera cuts, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys all feel better. And I hope you guys have a very fun-filled, blessed Easter day. And I hope you guys have Easter eggs.
Yes.
And lots of love from family.
Thank you so much, Mon.
Yeah, this
When
was
you guys
amazing.
feel ready, you can come out of whatever pose you're in.